Recently on my live stream, I decided to make a design. It is a cake topper table decoration for the 250th anniversary of the USA, which is coming up July 4th. So it's a big celebration. You're going to have a huge table of food, desserts, appetizers. Wouldn't it be great to have some custom made decorations? So this was made off the fly and a few modifications needed to be made. The main thing is I wanted to make a back. Now this firework design is not symmetrical, so I just can't simply mirror it and glue it to the back because it would be a mess. The top hat, Uncle Sam's top hat, that has a little bit of leeway, so I can be okay with that. But the real question I had was the fireworks. How could I take care of that? Well, recently, I took my kids on a trip to Epcot. We had a great day, and I was looking, and I was recording some shots around the park, and I noticed something. They have an entire building that they wanted to hide, and in order to hide that, they simply painted it sky blue. So I figured if it works for Disney, it can work for me. So I made this Pentagon shape just large enough to cover the fireworks, and I painted it blue. Now you can paint it white or any other color, but I think this design is a little bit better than this design because you can simply turn it around and see it at all angles of the table. So this is a nice layered design. It has tabs to allow for the insertion of all the pieces, but it's all hidden, so you can't see those tabs through the bottom because we have a double layer bottom and the top. So we're going to go through, I'm going to show you how I designed this in LightBurn. I've already gone over several other videos where I showed you how I got clip art. So this clip art is the fireworks and the top hat I simply got from Canva. I have a Canva Pro account. It allows me to download as an SVG, and that's how I get that. So let's get to the design. Alright, now that we're over in Canva, we just have to drop our images over. Now these are the ones that I downloaded when I was live, and these are the ones that I found that actually worked the best for my situation. So I'm just going to group these together, and we will delete all the ones that I did not need or did not use. You can use whatever graphic you feel like will be appropriate for your design. But this is what's working for me. So I'm going to also cut this on the longer, so it's a little bit bigger of a bed. And of course you can resize this however you like. So the first thing I always like to do is start off with a toolpath for my final piece of wood, which is 11 3/4 by 11 3/4. It's actually 12 by 12, but I like to give myself that little bit of buffer room. And everything else needs to be just designed inside of that. We're going to put a topper on here with these fireworks, and we will put our USA. We'll also make this so we can do it double-sided along with our base. Let's first start by cleaning up this design. So we want to, holding shift, we'll just group all of these together, and these will be cut out. Now I don't really want to move these yet. And let's see, I will duplicate this as well. And actually, let me take all of this, Control D for duplicate. And I'm just going to move this over here. And then I'm going to Control D to duplicate again, just to move the stars. And now I'll delete the stars out of here. Now holding shift, I just want to select all three of these, and we're going to weld that together. Actually, let me just do one more thing. Duplicate that one more time, and now we'll hit Control Shift, or holding Shift. We'll weld these together, and then this will just be our light engraving, so we know exactly where everything will go. So we'll make green our light engraving, and that'll be the same for this. This will be a light engraving, and that is really pretty much it. I mean, there's not much to this design. It just looks great because it is layered. So we are going to want to make our base, and let's see, this is 6 inches by, let's make it 1 3/4. We don't need anything terribly large. Our wood is not that wide. And actually, let's make this a little squatter. Okay, let's go to like 1.5. There we go. So this will be our base, and now we want to do an offset on an inward And this will, nope, that's outward, inward, here we go. We just want that to be a little step. Click OK. Now we have our two pieces. Now this outside piece will be cut, and we're going to hit Control D to, actually let's not do that just yet. Let's delete that. We want to cut the bottom of this hat so it sits flat, but you can still tell that it is a hat. So using that, we're going to use our merge tools, and we're just going to check to make sure we get the right, and that's what we want. We want that to be flat, so we're going to subtract B from A. And it doesn't matter that this changed the color of this, because it will be cut anyway. Let's just select this for now, and I want this to be a flat top over here as well. So anywhere, it doesn't really matter. We just want it to be flat. And I'm going to, holding shift, we're going to go to our merge, and there it is. Click OK. Okay, so now with our flat top and flat bottom, we're just going to hit Control D to duplicate. We're going to select our first stripe, and we're just going to delete that intersection. And then that'll just make that, now this is a new actual shape, so we'll put this back to the green. And we're just going to do this each time. So Control D to duplicate, holding shift, choose our next stripe, and then do our intersection and change the color. And this will just make sure that we're not scoring off of our pattern here. We're going to do our intersection, choose green, Control D to duplicate, hold shift, select that, and do our intersection and choose green. Now it doesn't really matter if we over etch up here, but if we had another piece up here when we're cutting everything, that could be a problem. So now it will just score all of this, and it will score here, but we're also going to be putting that band, that blue band on top of here, so that won't matter. Now the only other thing that we need to do is we need to put pins at the bottom and the top. So for now, let's just Control D to duplicate this and move this up here. Now when you see that the cursor changes, that's how we know that it is centered. So we do want to center this, and then we'll just hold Control and make that a little bit smaller, and that looks good. So now we're going to do an offset. Now this time we're going to go on the outside, and we'll just make this just a little bit bigger. It doesn't have to be too much, and we'll click OK. Perfect. So last time I got pins in the bottom, but I forgot to put pins in the top. So let's make sure we get that correct now. Now whenever I make a pin in my piece, one, I like to place it in the center, and two, I like to make it twice as wide as I need it, or twice as tall. So right now we're doing 3mm ply, so I like this to be 6mm. And the width doesn't really matter, but let's make it manageable. So let's make it, let's say 10mm. That's a decent sized pin. So now we hold this, and when we see that the cursor changes to that circle, that means it's centered. So that is our pin. Now if we hold and shift, click on that, we can get back to our Boolean assistant and do our Boolean union. So this is one pin, and that pin needs to go in the center of here. So we can't make this pin double the width because, or double the height, because it is only 3mm. So when we put the 3mm and we go 10mm, because that is our pin, now this will place this perfectly in the center here. Now if we hold shift, we can hit Control D to duplicate and move this out, and we put this all on a cut layer. Now we don't need the pin here because this is just a reference point. So this is actually done. So let's group this together. So this is our very bottom, and then this is our piece that will accept our pin, and it will be glued right here. So we will have to cut that out, so we'll put that over there. Now this is our hat, so we'll just move this over here. Now let's just check to make sure that this mirrors correctly, and that is good enough. So what we're going to want to do is move this down a little bit. Just try to get everything to close as we can get it, and hit Control D to duplicate. So now we have the stars that we can glue on this side, and then we can glue on the opposing side. Control D, duplicate that, and we can mirror that. And actually, if we do make that pin twice as big, so we'll mirror this, and then we'll mirror this. And now actually we can go in here and we can make this 6mm. And if we select this, we could just move it to the center, and then both of these actually will glue in correctly. So now let's make our top pin. So for this, we're going to want 6mm by 10. And that is our top pin, and that pin will go in there. We'll just have to duplicate this pin over here, or what we can do is just delete this, select this again, Control D for duplicate, but make sure we do mirror it. Okay, now that should be our pieces completed, and we just want the center pin. So here we want 6mm by 10mm. Put that in the center, and that's going to go in the bottom unit, and then this will be an engrave. So if we take both of these, actually if we take all of these, we control duplicate all of this, and then all we have to do is delete this and make this a cut, because we're also going to need the center pin here. So for this design, what I don't like all these little tiny offshoots, so I just want the larger offshoots. So I'm going to ungroup this, and we're going to delete all those little offshoots. And again, we don't want any of these small circles either. And this is just my preference. You can do whatever you like, of course. Now all we have to do is duplicate this and move some of these stars over. I think that looks good. So now we'll select everything, and then we'll do the offset. Now this offset, we just want large enough where everything is encapsulated. And again, we are going to want that bottom piece, but we don't want it to be too large. So let's hit cancel for right now. And all I'm going to do is, when I was doing that, I saw that this just needs to be moved over just a little bit so everything looks better. And we'll take all of this and we'll just cinch it up a little bit. So yeah, any design that you get, or any graphic, you can easily modify so it suits your needs. And that's what makes it unique. So it's not the same thing that everybody else is selling on Etsy. So now we do our offset, and we're just going to bring this down. See how much better that looks than what we first started with? Okay, so I'm going to hit OK. And now we can select all of this, put this on green, select this, put it on black. So now it'll etch out where all of our stars need to go. And then the only other thing we need to do is make this base a little bit more streamlined. So I'm just going to pull this down a little bit, and then we are going to hold Shift, select that, and we're going to pull up our tool. So now that that's grouped together, we just need to make our little tab. So our tab again is going to be 6mm by 10mm. Now again, the reason that I make it double the size that I need, because I only need a 3mm tab, but it allows me to easily center that. So it's for alignment. So now we'll just group this together, and there's our tab. Now this tab will be 3mm. And then this can be grouped together, and this will glue into here. Redesigning this, I wanted to make it double-sided so you could see the fireworks and the colors from either side. Now with the hat, it's not truly symmetrical, but when you flip it, there's not that much overlap. With these fireworks though, there is quite a bit of overlap. So watch, if I mirror this right now, if I duplicate this and then mirror it, it's gonna look like a hodgepodge behind it. So I was thinking about how I could fix this, and one solution that I came up with is putting a pentagon in between, so making this top actually 4 layers. So we'll have 1 layer for a backdrop, 1 layer for our outline of our fireworks, and then 1 layer for the glued in firework option. I think that's the best option for me moving forward right now. So we could color this like a dark blue or a silver, and I think that would make a really nice backdrop where everything pops. Now the only thing I need to do is put a tab on here and then increase the size of this plug here, not the bottom plug, because that would be for the hat, but it would have to be a little bit wider for 3 pieces. So 1 piece for this, and 1 piece for the backdrop, and then 1 piece for the other side. So I'm going to opt to do it that way because I think it might be the best solution. So this plug is for the bottom, and then this plug is for the top, and then this one, we're just going to make this 9 millimeters, and then I'm just going to again move it so it does lock in the center. So we'll have 1, 2, 3 strips there, and all I have to do here is draw my rectangle. So this rectangle here needs to be 10 by 6. And then if we move this up, it should center in, but let's just unshow these two pieces so nothing gets confused. And then holding shift, we'll group that together. Okay, so we'll put this on a black layer, move this over, we center that where it's going to be glued up. And now if I mirror this, no matter which way I mirror it, everything will be lined up. So what I'm going to do is hit Control D to duplicate. We're going to move this down here. I only need one of these pieces, but we'll have to paint it on both sides, which is okay. And now what I'll do is I'll duplicate this one last time. Control D to duplicate. Move this over here. We're going to ungroup, and then I'm going to select the outer layer and delete that. And now all of this we can group back together, and I can put this on the black layer. So I'll do the same on this. So I'm going to duplicate it, move it over, ungroup it, delete the outline, select all the green, put it on the black layer, and group it together. Now all I have to do is lay everything out so that I can cut everything out. Group this together, move this down, group this together. And if you make this design and you make it on a larger than 3 millimeter ply, you will just need to adjust the tabs. Okay, perfect. Now this is one sheet cut, and all we have to do is glue it together and color it. So I'm going to set the machine up, and we're going to cut this real quick, and we will assemble it. So now with all of our pieces cut out, all we have to do is color with some paint pens and assemble. Now for assembly, I like using CYA Fixed. It's been a good super glue for all of my laser and woodworking projects, and I've used it many times, and you've probably seen on the channel. Now one thing I didn't know was they make different densities of glue. I mean, I knew they made different densities, but I didn't know this company offered that. So I was very happy when I reached out to them and I said, hey, if you send me a couple of samples, I'll try them all out, I'll see how they work. So generally I use this medium viscosity, but they also have the thick viscosity and the thin viscosity. So try saying that a couple of times fast. They are individually packaged with different labels, so you know, and you're not going to mistake which one you pick up. So for this project here, I'm going to continue to use the medium because that's worked well with the wood projects that I've used, but we'll do some testing and I'll have another separate video just to go over that. Okay, those are all our little streamers for our fireworks, and I'll just go back and finish up with all of our stars. But you can see I just put a little drop and dropped it on there, and this is secure now. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If at any point you got lost or you have questions, please put them in the comments below, because I guarantee you if you ask the question, there's 5 other people that are asking the same question but just don't have the time to type in a comment. And as always, if you are not subscribed to my channel, it would be great if you did. Subscribe, like, hype, comment, hit all the buttons. If you do all that stuff, the algorithm starts to see traction on the videos and it gets pushed out to a larger audience, and it helps the channel. It does help me out. So I do appreciate it. Happy 4th of July. Celebrate safely. Till next time, my name is Steve. This has been Wilmer Woodworks. Thank you.